Well, hello everyone. I bet you weren't expecting this video. Happy anniversary to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm late to the anniversary, whatever. I don't even care. Guys, oh my god, they announced so much cool shit. Real Freddy Fazbear's and Security Breach 2 and FNAF World 2. Oh my god, my baby! I made this video because I liked FNAF World and fucking FNAF World 2, and it's gonna be made by Mega Cat. It might actually be good. Holy fucking shit. My pants are blasted off. I was so checked out of FNAF after the second movie, and I've been reeled back in. You reel me back in, Scotty C. Alright, fine, I'm sad. You have me excited for things. All of it looks so cool, and oh my,
To celebrate, I decided I'd put out a couple little FNAF thingies I'm working on. I've got some huge FNAF videos coming to the main channel. I think I've got about 4 ideas in mind right now, but some stuff's coming by the end of the year. But I figured for the occasion I would show off some stuff I never got the chance to show off in my last year as a Plushtuber. So in summer of 2025, I started a Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic series that I unfortunately never got the chance to finish. I just ran out of time before I had to move, and I just never got around to finishing it. I do really apologize for that, but honestly, that series had a lot of problems. I really didn't like how it ended up turning out the first 3 episodes. Like, I thought they were neat, but at the same time, I think I stuck a little too close to adapting the game one-to-one, and then I think it just ended up being a little too long. And again, like I said, while I had fun making it, it's just kind of a thing I look back on with I learned a lesson for that project. But that's neither here nor there. I made a ton of custom plushes for that series that I never got the chance to show off. They just went completely just unaddressed. I never got the chance to show them in the videos because I never got to the parts of the game that featured them. So I figured for this video, I will go over my entire Secret of the Mimic plush collection, all the plushes I made for that series that I didn't get the chance to show in it, and I guess also the ones I did, but you know, it's a mix of the two. These plushes are probably some of my favorite ones I've ever made, if I'm being honest. I really did like the way a lot of these turned out. Like I said, I've learned a lot from them for future plushes. If I ever make stuff, you know, I'm sure I'm gonna make plushes for other things, even if it's not video related or whatever. Let's not waste any more time and get into the first little guy. Here is Arnold. This is the Arnold design that I went with for the series. The outfit is based off of the outfit that appears in the game. You can see other various deceased employees wearing this outfit. Again, I really like the proportions of how this one turned out. This design for like his head was a kind of like combination of just something I came up with and what a lot of the community eventually kind of thought about for this guy. You know, like Arnold has a lot of different fan interpretations. I think this is a pretty common look for the character. But yeah, I added this little beanie on his head too. It's not really said if he's wearing a beanie. I just thought he looked cute with a beanie. But yeah, there's the whole plush. I really liked how this one turned out. I feel like it looks really good. So yeah, I mean, there's the main guy. There is Arnold. Next, I'm gonna show off all the mascot suits that I made. I made a lot of those guys. I wanted the Mimic to be able to frequent various different mascot suits that you can see in the game, so I made quite a lot of them. To start off, I will show off the circus elephant. This is the gray version of the one that appears in the game. I believe most of the mascot suits have about 2 to 3 different colored versions, and this is just the main one. I believe this one is the scripted encounter in the very beginning of the game. When the Mimic first shows up, he'll bust out of that big wood crate, and you can see this guy. I did really like how this guy turned out. He's very plump and He turned out very like plump and fluffy, and I really like how he looks. I think overall he's very cute. It's just a big old elephant guy. But yeah, he looks pretty cool. Really liked how that guy looks. We have Sharpay. This is a poodle character that it seems like MCM made for like a salon facility. They just made a bunch of mascots of these little poodle characters. I used a very unique fabric for this. I used like this faux fur on all of her limbs and her mohawk. She kind of has like a little like mohawk and her little ears and her tail. I really like the way this one turned out. This one was really cute. But yeah, she's a cute little character. I really like Sharpay. She's probably one of my favorite mascot suits in the final game. But yeah, you can tell that these are a great deal bigger than Arnold. You can see I wanted to try and make a decent scaling. So, you know, like, realistically, a human, he could fit in one of these mascot suits, but obviously they have to be plumper to be able to fit around his body, and also the mimics, and we'll get to him eventually. But the next mascot suit is Swing Bee. This one is a mascot suit that was for a honey company. I believe that you can find the honey bottle in one of the rooms in Secret of the Mimic. And yeah, the Swing Bee is the mascot character. I think there's a ladybug version and a couple other ones, but this is the main one. You can also find this statuette animatronic version of this character in the welcome show at the beginning of the game. So I was able to reuse that for a couple parts of the series and a couple key areas. You got her wings in the back, her stinger, all the stripes. She's a bit taller and lankier than the other ones. The bit thinner body, but you know, the big goofy head, the big button nose and all that, the antenna. Use some wires for that. I do really like the way this one also turned out. I think it looks pretty cute. But then we have probably my favorite of the mascot suit customs I made, the Mycelium Man. This guy comes in 4 colors, or for the little Murray Mycelium Man toy. You got these little guys that roam around the factory. They're probably some of my favorite enemies in the game. They just look very haunting, and then you can see the Mimic's spooky coil eyes inside. But yeah, I think this plush is probably my favorite of the mascot suits. I ended up really liking how all the shapes turned out. I had to make this big bulbous mushroom cap head and put all the the dots on it and stuff, and make sure it bent properly, connected to the body. I was very, very happy with how a lot of my shape language turned out for these plushies. Like I said, I think I made a lot of really good strides in these plushies and how they all came together. And I mean, it felt appropriate at the very least for this series that I wanted to put a lot of effort into. I don't know, you go a little far in a few places, but I still think this looks really good. I'm very proud of the way it looks overall. Again, like I said, you live, you learn. It is what it is. But I did really like the advances I made in plush making, because this guy looks really cool. Look at him. The next one, we have the Hedgehog Hudgy. This guy, I think he's like a football mascot. I actually don't remember specifically what like company Edwin made this one for. But yeah, this is a Hedgehog Hudgy. He's blue. He's very big and plump. I think he's supposed to be a Sonic the Hedgehog reference, because like his cutout has like the it kind of looks like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles cover. You can see like it's like the forest and then the font and stuff. It does very much seem like it is a reference to that. He's supposed to be like a Sonic reference. I also am pretty sure that this mascot suit, when Steelwool was doing these like really vague character teasers back before Secret of the Mimic came out, they paired Metal Sonic and Andre the Giant, and that was supposed to be the Hedgehog Hudgy and Big Top. Again, very, very interesting pairing, but oh well. I don't really know how I feel about Steelwool's choice of teasers for this game. It was a bit too vague posty. I feel like people did not understand what the fuck they were trying to say. I still like this mascot suit. Not my favorite, but I think he's cool. He's a little shorter and plumper than the rest of them, but I think he's still pretty cute. I like him a lot. The last mascot suit is the Party Puppy. Again, this is just a birthday party puppy. Pretty cute looking. I think I do like the way this one turned out too. The limbs are facing forward because he's supposed to have that like sitting position, like a lot of pet plushie, like dog plushies will have, or cats, where they'll have like their paws forward. Lots of different colors on this one. Got the greens and the purples and the pinks and the yellows and the oranges. Just a lot of different competing colors here. I really like the eyes. It's kind of like that weird, like creepy, cute, like 70s style that a lot of mascots and kids' toys went for at the time. You got the party hat and the big old tongue. Really, really cool looking. I don't know, like I said, I really like the way that these all turned out, these 6 mascot suits I made. The game does have more. I believe I missed a couple of the main mascot suits. I'll throw them up on screen. But these were the 6 I made for the series that I think almost all these did end up appearing in a video in some fashion. I think out of the first 3 episodes, I believe all these showed up at least once. But yeah, did have a lot of fun making these. But let's move on to more characters from Secret of the Mimic. Hello, Arnold. I'm Arnold. All right, next up we have a pair of characters, but I guess we'll show off their house first. Okay, this one got kind of squished, admittedly. Unfortunately, it's not supposed to be like out this way, but yeah, this is the Mr. and Mrs. Helpful little talk stand thing where you stick the, oh god, well, it doesn't really stand up super well, but I might as well put him in. Here is Mr. Helpful. Yes, Mr. Helpful. This is Edwin's kind of stand-in Sona character that goes around and talks to different employees and gives them little messages and stuff. I guess, I don't know, he's just trying to make instructional stuff more fun. But yeah, here's Mr. Helpful. I did really like how this one turned out. I had to make him very pill-like. He has a very pill-like shape to him. But yeah, his body has a bit of a... Again, he has no legs. He's just a torso and head. But yeah, this plush had a lot of focus into making the lower body smaller so it could fit in this little thing. Again, like I said, unfortunately, I think this got squished in storage. Trying to put it back, but oh well. Yeah, so it could fit both him and Mrs. Helpful into this little container for different scenes. Again, he's got nice little ears. Kind of like looks similar to Molten Freddy, to be honest, at least the color scheme. I mean, obviously he's kind of got like Helpy Funtime Freddy adjacent. Kind of like, I guess, what inspired Helpy. And I really like the random little character references that are in this game. Like Steel will really love Helpy and DJ Music Man. I've noticed that's kind of the two. They're two special guys. But obviously, you can't have Mr. Helpful without Mrs. Helpful. Fiona's stand-in. This one I don't think turned out quite as good as Mr. Helpful, at least like in terms of like its cohesion, but I still think this one's really good. I really like the little outfit she has. She has this like little fluff blouse thing at the front, her orange sort of dress coat thing, and her head. She's purple. She's purple. And this Mrs. Helpful is purple. Yeah, very cute. I really like this one. I think they're both very cute. Put her up here with my boy, Mr. Helpful. Oh yeah. Next, I'll show off a couple minor characters. Here is the Mailbot. I didn't end up building a body for him either. He's just a torso with arms. He has wires in his arms. Again, this is a very simple build, very simple plush to make. He's got his little mail flap hat. I think this one stood up a little bit better before. He gets kind of abused throughout the game, kind of like an early staff bot iteration. Really cool getting to see the little legacy of all these guys and where they started and Secret the Mimic. But yeah, I unfortunately lost the little stand I made for him. I'll throw up a picture of it. It was basically just like a Funko Pop box I folded out and just put felt over. But yeah, just made him a little stand. Unfortunately, I don't know where it is, but the Mailbot plush is still pretty cute. I really do like the way he looks. He's got that, like, I like the head shape. Head shape looks really good. Next up, we have the Rocktopus, who shows up both in the Welcome Show and the Foxy Captain Springlock, like a shooty bang bang section. The Springlock Captain. I believe that, I remember I kept thinking that thing's name was Captain Springlock, but it seems like he was just named Captain, and he was a Springlock suit of the Captain. The character, the Captain. It's not a very creative name. But yeah, this is the Rocktopus. I made him for various sections of the series. This is a very thrown together plush. I didn't put a ton of effort into this one. But I still think he looks pretty good. He's got all these little stars on his head, the little bandana, the cool Monty glasses, all this seaweed, sea slime, whatever you call it. He looks pretty neat. I do like Rocktopus. He's a cool little guy. He only shows up a little bit in the series. I think he only has like 2 scenes, but he's still pretty cool. And then we have Jug Band Monty. This is kind of a weird hybrid of the Springlock suit of this character that shows up in the R&D section of the game, and the animatronic, like very simple animatronic that shows up in the Welcome Show. I want to be able to have him for both of those scenes. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to make the R&D shot from the game, but oh well. I still think he's pretty cool. I like the way that he turned out. Again, this one I threw together a little bit. I didn't put a ton of effort into this one. But I still think he looks neat. He's got his blue overalls, his tail, his arms, his head. I think I was going to make a Sparky one, or a Bub. I guess the Bub is the dog character's official name. The Sparky the dog adjacent inspired character. I was going to make her eventually. Yes, Bub is a girl, by the way. The storybook confirms Bub is a girl. But yeah, Bub, I was gonna make her. Didn't get the chance to. But oh well. I think Jug Band Monty still works pretty well on his own. And then we have the next plush. What am I gonna do? Let's finally show off one of the main guys of the game. Oh, look at here we have Jackie, the main poster girl of Secret the Mimic. Shows up in all the marketing, even though she's in the game for maybe 5 minutes. She doesn't show up a ton. But I had a lot of fun putting this plush together. She's huge. She is massive. She's probably twice the size of Arnold. Put a lot of detail into buying like this nice sequin fabric for her. The cool tube coil arms. Her busted bottom. You got the big long neck. I really had to pay attention to how I put this together so that the weight distributed right. There's a bunch of wire in her neck, and again, so her head doesn't just like flop forward. A lot of stuffing, a lot of wire, and it actually ended up, yeah, like it stays pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it definitely ends up staying up pretty well. Got these cool pigtails. I use this yarn for her hair. The big goofy face. I think this one's, like I said, this one is very cute. I like the way she looks quite a lot. This is probably my favorite plush that I made for this. I mean, it's maybe not my favorite, but it's definitely up there. I think she's definitely my top 3. One really cool feature that I did for this plush is I used those little like fidget tube toys that you can stretch in and out and they make the noise and stuff. I used those for her arms, so you can kind of scrunch up her arms and make them shorter, if you get it right. I put that inside the felt so you can scrunch up her arms. It looks really neat. And then if she needs to reach out at you, she goes, yeah, look at that. It basically doubles the length of her arms, so she can get those really big, long, grabby shots that she does in the game. Really neat. I did talk about this in pretty big detail in my video where I reviewed her before Secret of the Mimic came out. But yeah, very cool. Really, really liked this plush. But yeah, Jackie turned out really good. I'll put her next to Arnold. Why not? They'll be buddies. She can go right here next to Arnold. There you go, bud. Yeah, one big happy family. And then we have the biggest plush I had to make for this series. Appropriate name, Big Top. He did end up showing up in the 2nd episode. Again, this plush is a little bit hard to handle with one hand. Let me see if I can turn him a little bit. But yeah, this plush took quite a while. He was very complicated to make, and he's still not even particularly super accurate to the actual game. I had to compromise a couple details, like his booth is supposed to be like an octagon and it's only like a square. You know, there's only so many details on certain parts of him, but I still am really proud of how this came out. He is gigantic. He is probably 3 times the size of Arnold. He's definitely the tallest one that I made for this. He got his big old top hat. He got all the lights around his hat, the little like horns on his head, his window eyes, the big music box in his mouth, his big poofy hair on the back of his head. You can see back here. Again, a lot of wire and stuffing had to go into making sure his neck was sturdy and it wouldn't just flop over, and even then it still kind of does a little bit. You kind of have to get him situated right to not have that happen. And then the arms are just foam and wires attached to the ticket booth. Got these big hands you can squish. I did decide to make it so that the actual hands themselves, you can see what I'm talking about with his head. It's not perfect. The hands do not actually have any wire in them, just so I can squish them a lot easier. I feel like the wire would make it a little hard to do that, but the fingers do, just so they stay sturdy. All 4 hands come out of the different corners of the box. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, there it is. 4. Yeah, most of these are just made with blocks of foam, and then you got cross patterns going up and down them to make them look like the steel girders that he has on his design. The inside of this box is just basically just a cardboard box I covered in felt. There's the brown wood bottom, and then the roof is coming in a little bit more on a square top. I used the very ends of the fabric that I had, because sometimes when they cut fabric, it'll have these weird little like ends, and I used that for the trim. So it ends up looking like the roof has trim on it. I thought that was a really neat little detail. I tried getting a little inventive with that one. The windows are all cardboard, and they have wires in the cardboard so they can open and close. So you can have it kind of sit open, and then I can squish it closed. Again, it doesn't really stay fully closed. By the way, it doesn't really stay fully closed, but still looks pretty good. Opens and closes. And then attached to his neck is these wire arms, these little like ticket arms where he takes the ticket. He goes, "Tickets, please," and he takes the little ticket. But yeah, got 2 of them. I think normally has 4, but I just decided to make 2 because I didn't feel like I needed to do all that. And if you're wondering how he stands up, I do have little weights. I think these are weights for like curtains. I think like these are curtain weights. I think I found my mom had some of these, but I think you can buy these on like Amazon or whatever. Go to like a hardware store. They have these little curtain weights that I hot glued into the bottom of the box. You can see one right there. I think there's another one that's in there somewhere. But yeah, there's a couple in there. But yeah, that's how I made Big Top. It's a lot of complicated pieces. But yeah, there's a lot of inventive ways to put this together. I had to get very creative with certain parts to make him look cohesive and stuff and look cool. But yeah, I think that one's definitely up there as one of my favorites too. I'm very proud of how this one turned out. He looks very good. We'll put him up here. he gets his own corner because he's frankly, he's massive. There we go. Now he's in a bit of a better position. That looks a bit better. Next up, we have the pieces to Captain Springlock, or the Springlock Captain, whatever you want to call him. This was a pretty complicated plush to put together. I wanted to manufacture a plush that I could use as props of the Mascot Springlock suit that Arnold could carry around during that section of the game, as well as something I could physically place the Arnold plushie into. All of this is attached together with magnets. I have little magnets in every piece of his costume, and all of them attached to his torso. Like there's the head, for example. You can grab the head, you can stick it right here, boom, and there you go. Now the head's attached to the torso. Of course, it doesn't really hold together super well when you don't have anything inside it, because it's all just loose felt. A couple pieces of him are stuffed, like the hat is a little bit of stuffing in it. The body has a little bit of stuffing to keep its shape. The limbs all have stuffing, and then the magnets are all in the limbs. Pretty simple character design, but, I mean, the head and body are a little complicated. You got, like, the shoulders and the belts and stuff and the chest. But, had fun putting them together. There's a little squid on his cannon. His chest opens up with wires. There's wires that are kind of holding it in place, but you can open up his chest, and that's how you get Arnold inside. So, I will put Arnold in him real quick just to show you guys how it works. Take Arnold, open up the chest, you pop his head through the top. There you go. So then you got Arnold's head. Keeps that cuff around his neck. You got his arms, which we basically just stuff his body in here. His whole body just gets stuffed into this. I left a lot of space in here so that you could stuff his body into the Springlock Captain body, so you kind of squish his butt and his legs into the bottom, and his arms to the sides. You can take the chest and close it up. There you go. And now Arnold is inside the Springlock Captain. Then you take the head. It's more like a hood. You got all that room in there to put his head in there. Put his head in there. Pull it down. See, his eyes line up right there, so you can see his eyes through the mouth. The tongue's right there to the right. And then you pull all this over his body, and then the magnet right there connects it to the torso. Yeah, there you go. There he is with his head. Unfortunately, I'm not that advanced of a plush maker yet, so the limbs don't stay on super well. I probably should have gotten some stronger magnets, but these are the strongest ones I could find in my area. So you can attach the limbs all to his body, and they stay okay, but if you shake them around too much, they're obviously going to fall off. Here, I can put a... Yeah, there you go. Once you get Arnold in there, boom. Springlock Captain. And he actually sizes up pretty good with the rest of the Mascot suits. He's a little tall, but I think at the end of the day, it looks pretty good. Again, the limbs are a little weirdly placed once you get it on there, but I did have to... It is a very, like a big, unevenly stuffed plush, because part of it is a plush stuffed in another plush. So, but yeah, I think he does look pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately, when you shake him around a little bit, it doesn't take much to get the limbs to come off. But, you know, maybe one day if I ever make this guy again for whatever reason, I will put stronger magnets in him, so then, like, I can get those really good, like, premium hex plush magnets so that his limbs won't fall off. I'm sure those are very expensive, because, fun fact, the stronger the magnet, the more expensive it is. Magnets are not cheap. Pretty cool. I'm gonna have to take Arnold out of him, so I'm gonna have to disassemble the plush, so appreciate his glory now, because he's gonna have to go bye-bye now. Come here, Arnold. Okay, so moving on to something a little bit more simple. Here is Nurse Dolly. I made this plush before we got a look at her full model, so I think there are a couple inaccuracies. I'm pretty sure the backpack is a little under detailed, and I probably could have added a couple more details in certain places. There's the prevent from getting sued from the Red Cross Corporation version of their hospital logo. Yeah. So yeah, fun fact, the Red Cross it is illegal to use it in any kind of media that isn't officially, like, Red Cross branded, so you can't use that symbol. That's why Dolly has this, because they had to make their own hospital symbol custom for this character. But yeah, she's pretty cute. I like her teal dress a lot. She's got her little Dolly name tag. I used some Sharpie and some really meticulously cut felt to make that. You got her little shirt underneath. I really like the way her face turned out. It's very cute. She's got her, like, little lazy eye. Got a very cute look to it. Then you have her shoes. During the game, her boot, like, she has little, like, shoe boots that are stuck on this track. And then in the hospital section, when the Mimic gets into Dolly and starts running around as her, he just breaks her feet off of the track, and so they're just big endo feet. I made these for the series. I do have little boots that go on her. I don't know where they're at, though. I will bring up a picture just so you all can see what she looks like with the boots on. But yeah, unfortunately, I did not, don't have them with me. I don't know where they went, but you just have Endo Feet Dolly for now. I do really like this one. This one's very cute. Probably, I don't know, I wouldn't say one of my favorites. I still probably think that either goes to Big Top Jackie or Captain Springlock, at least for now. Next up, we have Party Time Chica. This plush I really, really like. Again, she's in the style of all my other mascot costume plushies. Her legs ended up being really, really long because I put a lot of detail into the roller skates. But yeah, here's Party Time Chica. I really like how this one turned out. You know, this is like one of the only recognizable FNAF characters in the entire game. But yeah, she's big and plump. You got her head, she's got her pink beak. Had to really pay attention to making the shape of that work. Yeah. Got her little derpy eyes, her eyebrows, and her little eyelashes. You know, you got the fluffy neck. You have the way the apron goes around her body, crosses at the back. You got this Party Time, which again is just made out of a lot of really Sharpie and very meticulously cut out felt. I think it could have looked a little better, but don't think it looks too bad. Little poofy tail in the back. And then the legs. You got some leg fluff at the top. Chicken legs and the roller skates that I put a lot of detail into with like the stopper and the wheels and the laces and the top of the back of the shoe. Yeah, I really like how this one turned out. It's very cute. Probably it's the main mascot suit that the Mimic wears in the latter third of the game. After you get past Dolly, this is basically the one the Mimic rides in until the ending of the game. So yeah, pretty cool. Very happy with how that one came out. Next up, we have the White Tiger, aka, I don't know, David's ghost. Holy smokes, dude, that's David's ghost! But yeah, here is the White Tiger. I really, really like how this one came out. This one, again, is meant to mimic the mascot suit versions of all these guys. But yeah, here he is. So using this light gray fabric with all these dark gray patterns, I used this stitched fabric to make it look like a neat stitched belly. There's the little puffy buttons on his chest. Got the paws, which are both pink. The head is very cute. I had to pick this like heart shape. It's kind of like pseudo heart shape. The fluffs on the chin and the sides. Tiger face. And then the back has that stitch again to look like the zipper. The little zipper at the top. And the tail, which has a little tiny wire in it. It's not meant to really bend it as much as it is meant to hold the shape of the tail. But yeah. Again, this one's also probably one of my... I do really like the way White Tiger turned out. He looks so cute. And he's not too big either. He's just about the same size as Arnold. Figure to pair with the White Tiger, we will talk about these guys. These are very tiny prop plushies I made of the Star Orphans, or the Star Babies. I think they're called the Star Orphans officially. Yeah, the Star Orphans. Weird Plush Babies reference. I don't know what these guys' deal is. I guess maybe it might be a metaphor for something. I don't know. Weird Star Baby children that Edwin made. I don't know. This man was up to some kooky shit. You got the red one with the binky. These guys glow. You hold them in the section where you do actually face off against White Tiger. They're in that section. You have the little baby with the red one with the binky. You got the sad one, the sad blue one with the little broken heart. This one's pissed. And then you have the yellow one with the missing eye. Again, meant to be the Plush Babies. I think there's also a fourth green one. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means we're gonna see a green Plush Baby at some point. I don't know what that means. Some FNAF theorists tell me in the comments. Next up, we have F10N4. This is Fiona's Mimic, or M1. Yes, and the big secret of the Mimic, at least what I think the big secret of the Mimic is that the game was, is that there's two Mimics. There's M1 and M2. M1 is the AI that assumed the personality of Edwin's wife, Fiona, and manifests as this strange sun creature. This is technically, I'm pretty sure this is unfinished. This plush I never got a chance to finish, but at the same time, I'm not really sure what I was gonna do for the limbs. I think maybe I had an idea to like have like wires free like float some hands for this. But yeah, it is literally just a big tube because she sits in this buttoned up robe with this really cool sun shape for her head. I really was proud of how this came out. It looks like a flower. It's supposed to be like 70s, like weird choose your own adventure game art style of like the different shades of green, very old web video game, computer game look. I did like the way this one turned out quite a bit, but yeah, I was gonna use her for the ending of the series. She was gonna probably manifest and talk to Arnold, and unfortunately never got the chance to finish it, but oh well. The plush still looks really cool. Very happy with how it turned out. I'm very happy to have this big collection of these characters, even if the series never came to pass. Now we're finally through to the Edwin Murray. We have the Murray family. Here is Edwin. Okay, admittedly, the Murray family plushies are not very good. I think I was very fatigued by the time I made these guys. I wasn't even really sure I was going to make them originally. And then I had decided at the last second I wanted to make them for some flashback scenes. Yeah, I'm not too proud of these ones. They look a little sloppy. Like, the body's way too long. The limbs are too thin. I'm a lot more proud, in terms of, like, humanoid plushies, I am far more proud of Arnold than I am of Edwin, Fiona, or David. I feel like they all look a little funky. The glasses also don't have a lot of structural integrity on this one. I don't know. I think this one could have used a redo, or I should have paid a little bit more attention or put more care into making him. But, I mean, he looks okay. He looks fine. He's like, you stole my work. I'm Jim Meskimen. I voice Ultron in Marvel Rivals. I'm also a Scientologist. Anyway, we have Fiona Murray. Again, her plush is, not great, admittedly. I don't really know why did I make the body so long? It did not need to be this long. Why is she so tall? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not the most proud of this one, but I think she looks cute. I tried making her head at least look kind of like her. Again, Fiona has a very particular face, so I want to pay attention to making her look right with like her button nose and her big little tooth gap and stuff and the buck teeth. Again, she's pretty. My plush may not be the best example, but you know. This is what she looks like. Also, like, God, like, why did I make her legs so stubby? Like, I don't know what I was thinking with the proportions on this one. You know, I can make a masterpiece like Big Top or like Jackie, like really good plushies, and then I can make like an engineering marvel like fucking Captain Springlock, and then I pump out Fiona Murray, and it's like, what? Like, why? How did you even do that? I don't know how I manage this. You can't have the Murray father and the Murray mother without the Murray baby. Here is David Murray. This plush's design looks a little bit different from the photograph of David that we have, because that one is him when he's like an infant. He's like 1 or 2. But this is meant to be David when he is probably more like 3 or 4, like right before he dies. This outfit I took inspiration from the one David's drawing of him in the Mimic that you see in the game. He's got like these blue overalls on and the gray and the tan shirt. But yeah. He's so cute. And of course you have his little white tiger plushie. This plush, I just took a white tiger. I think it's a Palm Pals. Yeah, Palm Pals white, little saber-tooth tiger, whatever you call it. Little white tiger, and I just stuck the eyes on it to make it have the scary eyes. The heterochromia. He's homophobic. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a little Palm Pals tiger I gave him. So he's a little tiger plushie. There's the Murray family. Happy little family. Well, that concludes my Secret of the Mimic plush collection. I hope you all... I'm kidding. Here's the one you've all been waiting for. M2. I made this plush a little too tall, but I don't care because it looks really cool. Here is M2. Put a lot of effort into this guy, only for him to never show up in the videos. Again, I was trying to make him a little bit more proportionately accurate to the game. I think I ended up making him far too tall on accident. But he's okay height if you sit him down. You know, he's tall, but not like too tall. I had to kind of engineer a lot of different little parts, you know, to make it look like the weird conglomerate of pieces that he clearly put himself into when he was rebuilding himself and upgrading his body. Some of the tubes from Jackie are on here too. I think this arm has them, and this arm does too. You have his legs. His body has a very unique look to it. The shoulders are very distinct on this design. You have his left arm, pretty cool looking, just a normal hand, and then you have his claw hand on his right, gonna reach out for you and grab you. Yes. And then the head definitely took the most work because the Mimic has a very distinct shaped head. I don't think I got it perfect. I think there's a couple little things I would change, but I still think it looks really good. He's got a very, very cool looking head with a lot of like moving parts and all that, and his big coil eyes. Looks spooky. I really do like the way M2 turned out. He's probably one of my favorite plushes in this set. I definitely think he's up there. As a little bonus, I did end up making the M2 R&D costume for him. I didn't want to make an entire plush of this character because I have to make a whole separate second Mimic in order to make this character, and it just felt like a huge waste of time when I could just make him some accessories, kind of similar a la Captain Springlock, and be able to, you know, what do you call it? Just make him into the M2 R&D salvage design. Anywho, so here is the head. You got the weird unfinished mask. I think it's like a bonbon head that they like just retextured. Got the unfinished head. You got the ears, the wire ear, and then this one with the A on it and the speaker. And then you got the weird Chica head attached to the side. I think I ran out of yellow fabric, which is why it's tan. But I was hoping that like it really, no one would really notice when I did it. Okay, there's the head, and then the torso cage. The logo here symbol on the bib under his arm. Yeah, there you go. Again, not the most rudimentary M2 R&D plush, but I figured it worked well enough when I was gonna use it. Would work well enough when I was gonna use it. And again, unfortunately, I just didn't get the chance to because I didn't get the chance to finish the series. But oh well, I think he looks okay. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take him out now because I think it looks better without it. There is the Secret of the Mimic in the Secret of the Mimic plush collection. Yeah, there it is. The entire set of plushies I made for this series, I never finished. But oh well, at least I get to show them off in their full glory now. I actually ended up recording a collection video for this last year that I just didn't upload because I didn't really like the way it turned out. I thought it was kind of rushed and it just didn't really go that in-depth into different little things. But yeah, I am very sorry I never got the chance to finish this series. Again, you have different creative inspirations, and I don't know, like I said, after I finished episode 3, I was so burnt out at just making it way too long, and I should have structured the whole thing very differently than I did. It just sucks that it ended up turning out the way it did. I don't know, maybe someday, if I ever get back on a plush video kick, I'll use these guys for another project, but either way, I did really have fun making them. I think I learned a lot in terms of plushie making with these guys, in terms of shape language and engineering and all that, so hopefully if I ever make another plush video project, that will happen, you know, I'll make something cool out of it, you know, all these skills will culminate into some really cool looking stuff, so yeah, let me know which one of these guys is your favorite in the comments. Again, mine's probably either Jackie, Big Top, or M2. I really like how all those guys turned out. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Happy FNAF anniversary, and I hope you guys are excited for whatever they possibly announce today. I don't know what they're going to announce today. We'll see. The Living Tombstone song was pretty cool. It's kind of what inspired me to make this, because I know a lot of people are on a Secret of the Mimic kick right now. Yeah, okay, goodbye everybody, I'm gonna go now, go Secret, go play Secret of the Mimic, if it's not bugged out because of the VR mode patch.